Alright, hey drummers, this is Drumzrool again, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about a song that we have in Love vs. Hate called Stand Up. There's a couple of interesting parts in the song that I wanted to answer some questions from some folks that has been to a gig and they've asked me what is this or what is that, so I want to answer those questions for you here in this video about Stand Up. First thing I get is the opening, the very beginning of the song. It starts off with the snare drum, just a really quick little intro fill into the main riff. The main riff of this song is pretty interesting, so what I'm going to do is play, I'll show you the opening fill and then I'll go into the main riff. And I'm going to start off using the snare drum, just the snare drum, and then I'll add the bass drum. The bass drum actually uses kind of a rough, or I like to think of it as a rough, going into this little kind of a staggered triplet thing that I'm doing on the snare drum. So I'll show you that first. So let's talk about the snare drum. The snare drum, it's a pretty easy part. It goes just like this. I'll do it again. One more time. So that's it. Then what I do before that is I put a bass drum, kind of a rough in there. So it sounds like this. So there you go. That's the opening fill for Stand Up. Then what I'll do is I'll play that for you and then I'll go into the main riff of the song. Before I do that, I'll actually show you guys the main riff real quick on the drums, and it goes like this. It goes. I'll play it slow first. That's the drum part for the main riff. So I'll put them together kind of slow for you. So now I'll do it kind of closer to regular speed. I'll do it one more time. Regular speed. So there you go. That's the opening fill plus the main riff in Stand Up. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the pre-chorus. In the pre-chorus, we actually moved to an odd time signature, and it's 11/8 is the time signature. And I wanted to share with you guys how I kind of broke it down and my thinking in the drum part for the 11/8 time. If you've ever heard anybody talk about odd time signatures, they'll always say the same thing, and it's all about the math. You can divide it up to make it a lot easier for yourself. Which is what I did actually in Stand Up. So I divided it 11/8. You can actually kind of divide that into a 6/8 and then a 5/8 if you want to. 6/8, 6 and 5 equals 11. So it's 11/8 for the whole phrase. And I play it just like that. So I want to play that rhythm for you in 11/8. So 3, 4. That's actually the whole pre-chorus right there. I'll do it one more time, a little bit faster this time, so you get an idea of how it flows in the song. 3, 4. that's the first pre-chorus. The second pre-chorus, I do the same rhythm, just with a little bit different fill, and it's just a I kind of in the first one I do just a straight kind of an eighth note fill, and then in the second time around I do a 32nd note fill instead of going. What I do is I use the bass drum again, and it's. So it's kind of the same thing, only a little kind of a double time thing if you want. So there's the two really cool things I think about stand-up. There's actually one other piece of it in the bridge of the song. There's a fill where I like to go for, you know, you always hear guys doing these great fills, and it's always kind of in the same direction. It's always from top to bottom. Or down in some way. I like to go up a lot, and as we go through these, you're going to see me do some fills where I go up the kit instead of down. So this is another one that I do that with. In the bridge of Stand Up, we kind of slow down, and we go into this kind of soft, clean picking part of the song. So it goes, and then I come into it. So that fill goes like this. So there you go. There's the fill that I use. I go up, and obviously there's the bass drum in there, and I try to use some of the accessory cymbals, the low max stacks, my ice bell, and then to finish it off, either of the splashes will work. So I'll do it one more time. So there you go. There's some of the cool stuff that I think that we've done in stand-up. You can hear the song on my MySpace page, which is myspace.com/Drumzrool. You can hear the song, and there you go. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.